Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well and I hope you enjoyed yesterday's post where I answered the question, do we get slower from lifting weights? So new day, new question. For today I received this text from this young athlete who told me he had problems with getting out of breath when playing with older players because of the higher tempo of the game. And he asked me what I would recommend him. So when I see this situation, I would think of two possible problems or answers because it's hard to just tell what to do without knowing the exact problem. So number one is he has breathing problems, and number two is the way he trains doesn't help him with the way he plays. So two possible answers. Let's start with the first one. So what concerns breathing, I would give him two tips. First, breath holds, and the second one is putting mouth tape during his sleep. So let's start with the first one. Breath holds, this is something I use with all my athletes, and this is something you are going to use starting from today. So you're going to incorporate breath holds in your warm-up, of course combined with your dynamic warm-up. So creating an air shortage by holding your breath during your warm-up is very important to cause an accumulation of carbon dioxide in the blood before physical exercise commences. So think about it, your breathing will naturally increase when you perform more intensely, but without a corresponding increase in the production of CO2, the result will be a net loss of carbon dioxide. So because oxygen is a fuel for working muscles, anything that increases body oxygenation above normal levels will be of great benefit for an athlete's performance, and because oxygen is a natural and limitless resource, it is the ideal tool for boosting performance legally. One way of tapping into your own natural resources is to purposely subject the body to reduced oxygen intake for a short period of time. So when the body is exposed to situations in which there are reduced oxygen levels, for example, high altitude or by holding your breath, adaptations take place that force the body to increase oxygenation of the blood. So now let's talk about the second tip I gave, putting mouth tape during his sleep. So since we are unaware of how we breathe at night, the only sure way to ensure nasal breathing is to put a light paper tape across the lips to prevent the mouth from falling open. Taping the mouth at night ensures the benefits of good breathing during sleep, allowing you to fall asleep more quickly, stay asleep more longer, and waking up feeling more energized. So this technique is very simple but very effective, and while it may sound weird, it is well worth getting used to. Spending 8 hours breathing through your nose during your sleep is a great opportunity to re-educate yourself to a more normal breathing volume. So just know that the nose is made for breathing, and that nasal breathing ensures a good number of benefits that are essential not only for good health but also for improved sports performance, including filtering, warming and humidifying air before it is drawn into the lungs, reducing the heart rate, bringing nitric oxide into the lungs to open airways and blood vessels, better oxygen delivery throughout the body, and reduces lactic acid as more oxygen is delivered to working muscles. So I'm sure that if you already work on these two tips, so breath holds and a light paper tape across the lips during your sleep, you will already notice a big change in your game. So two very simple tips, but trust me, very effective, so work on these two. So that was my first answer. My second answer was that maybe the way you train doesn't help you in the way you play. So since this video is already long enough and I already talked enough, I'm going to make a part 2 where I will explain you my second answer. So I'm going to give you some training tips on how to train endurance, why you should not always do long distance running, and more sports performance tips in part 2. So thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. So let me know if you want part 2, or just ask me a new question and I will answer it tomorrow or in the coming days. Thank you for listening.